All right. I'm in it. I'm in the new one.
Okay, is it streaming?
Yes.
Okay.
Hello. Someone's here.
I'll get the link and copy it into the other one.
I'm sending a message.
I have one person. Oh, it's Lori. Hello, Lori. She found me. She found me. Here we go.
Yay! Kristen, it's even like the same thumbnail.
Here we go.
Yay!
Well, I had to create that thumbnail.
It's even like the same thumbnail. Yay!
Well, I had to create that thumbnail. Oh my God. So you can't see what I'm seeing? I mean, it's working. So you can't see what I'm seeing? I mean, it's working. Oh, it's just delayed. Okay. It's just delayed. Oh, it's just delayed. Okay. You could just hear all of the noise now. You could just hear all of the noise now.
Kristen, I think if you mute on Skype, that would be the best.
Yeah.
Kristen, I think if you mute on Skype, that would be the best.
I can still hear it though. That's the problem.
Yeah, I think so.
I can still hear it. I muted. I don't know how we're going to do this. I'm just going to watch the chat and we'll go from there. Hi, guys. Sorry about that. Oh, boy. Okay. Well, here I am. You can see my hand moving. I am here. I am here. Oh, it's very delayed. Okay. Hello. So welcome to the live stream of the Caterpillar Cross Stitch British Isles Stitch Along that released today. And oh, I was very excited about this one. Oh, yes, it seems to be working. Hello, hello. Very excited about the release of this one. Like we've talked before, this project is the newest Caterpillar Cross Stitch Stitch Along, and it is going to be similar to the Adventure Awaits Sal, if you remember that from that Erin and I both finished, which is the map of the world. This is actually just going to be a map of the kingdom in the British Isles. So starting this one, I'm stitching this one for my sister, who is a giant lover of all things English, and so I'm excited for this one. So anywho's, all right, first part released today. What I typically do when I get started with the kit, and if you all recall what the kit looked like, was this cute little thing. So this is the outline of what it'll look like whenever we finish it. That's blurred out, but we're working on this tiny little piece right in here. And in the email, it does tell you what you're stitching because I wouldn't know. And I was going to have Erin pull that up to tell us what some of these things were. Blackpool Tower, or our English friends that are joining us tonight. I know there's a couple, or there was one at least, who should probably be in bed and getting ready for work. And anywho's I do say that a lot, yes. Blackpool Tower, Angel of the North, Fish and Chips, Clifford's Tower, Edinburgh Castle, a kilt, and a salmon. So yeah, it's pretty cool. So we're just going to be kind of here, kind of chatting. Sleep is for losers. Yeah, you can sleep when you're dead, right? I say that, but I'll be in bed probably 20 minutes after we close this live, so I can't really say too much. I'm an old lady and I go to bed pretty early. What I do when I get my kits as well is I do like to pull out those nice fancy little cards that come with the kit with all of the floss on them already. And I like to just write on here what my symbols are. So next to the color. That way I don't have to keep going back to the, floss chart basically, which typically on her patterns is a separate page. So it's kind of a pain unless you print it out to keep going back to it. So just like I do with floss drops, I just put, you know, the symbol on there. You don't really need the color, but you can put the symbol on there. So that's how I do it with those. And let's get into it. So hopefully everyone is having a great day. Today was a wild Thursday at work, and I'm happy that tomorrow is Friday. This little pin is a little marking pin that I got from the Black Needle Society in Athena's horror box that came out in October. So this was a Stephen King themed box. So this is the balloon from it, but I was using it to mark my place in the center of my stitching. And don't worry, those little holes, they will fill out. So I'm just going to start stitching. And the one thing you do want to look for, of course, when you're stitching with linen is that vertical thread. So you always want to start with lining up your bottom leg against that vertical thread. It does help prevent the threads from slipping and sliding all over the place. This is a 32 count even weave, or 28, I don't remember. I think it was 14, 16, and 28 count even weave were your choices for stitching. So I always went with the even weave. I like it. It's kind of hard for me to see tonight, so I'm going to be stitching a little bit slower than I normally do. Let's see. What's the red needle thing? Yeah, yep, stitch counter. Yep, stitch counter. Little counting pin. There were a bunch of them that came in that were there were like 4 of them, Stephen King themed. So I'm just getting started. I'm actually working on the kilt right now. And I do railroad my stitches. I haven't stitched with 2 threads, and I can't even tell you how long. This is weird for me. I've been stitching so much on, you know, higher count fabrics. And I've just been using 1 thread. Let's see. No, it's kind of hard to see, but I don't want to get it too close to the camera. Oh, beautiful. Oh, thank you. Besides just sticking a random hole in the fabric. Yes, Catherine. I mean, you can do whatever you want, right? It's stitching. You can do whatever you want. I've just always been told that when you're stitching on linen and you're starting a stitch, you should always start with a vertical thread on the linen to start your bottom leg, so that your bottom leg should kind of ride against that vertical stitch, and it just prevents the stitches from maybe falling in on itself. You know how it does sometimes with linen, especially if you have like a weaker fabric, it's not super tight. But yeah, I have not stitched with 2 threads in a while. Unfortunately, you don't get to hear Erin and Jody and Erica talking because I did have to mute my computer where we were all on Skype. For some reason, we thought that that would work to be able to chat with each other, but you could just hear the echoing of my voice talking in the background. Yeah, we'll do a tutorial. I'm sure there's going to be somebody at the Steel City Stitchers retreat that's a much better stitcher than me that can elaborate on the benefit of doing that method with the linen. But I mean, I'm happy to show you. Hi guys. Yeah, so chime in, tell us what you're stitching on. Erin's here to field any questions that you guys have. Jody's tuning in so that she can help with that as well. But, you know, I just thought it would be fun. I was really excited about this project, obviously, because it's nice when you have it going to someone as a gift. It kind of inspires you to get started on it and stitch on it versus just kind of putting it to the side and not really dedicating the time to it, which happens when you have 50 plus whips and you always want to start new stuff like I do. So yeah, and I don't, you will notice too, my stitching's kind of erratic. I don't really have like a method to my madness of how I finish. Obviously all my stitches go in the same direction, but as far as, you know, being orderly about it, I don't really care. I just do it, get it done. Whatever's best. If I jump around to stuff, I will. My backs always look pretty neat, so I figure it works. Oh, Christy, stitching on the retreat piece. Awesome. Bethany, if they muted all of the sounds and you left yours on, it should work. That's true. Erin, see if you can come back on. I'm going to unmute myself, but you mute because you can hear me through the live. Do you know what I'm saying? Does that work, Erin? Let's see if what she says. I like reading the comments, so that's why I'm slow. Do I think March Madness is going to be extra mad this year? Yeah, I do. I haven't come up with my plan yet. I probably should. It's always such a gamble. Do you start new stuff? Do you work on whips? It's so much fun, though, to start new projects. I'll be excited to see how many people participate this year. I just think it's so much fun. It really helps you get into the stitching spirit because you want to stitch to get stuff done so that you can put your votes out there on your Instagram stories. And if you have no clue what I'm talking about, don't worry. We will talk about it once it gets a little bit closer. And we do also have some March Madness videos from past years. I would check out the one from last year. Maybe turn the volume down the whole way for what you can hear. Are we just technologically just stupid? I don't know. Erin was supposed to be here tonight, but her youngest has pink eye, so that's fun. When we found out yesterday, I was like, oh, Erin. And I was like, just stay far, far away. If you can't tell, if you can't hear in my voice, I am sick. I've been sick now for about a week. Just a really nasty cold. Stitching a temperature chart. Oh yeah, Lori, you're stitching the temperature chart with the anchors on it, which is so you. That's awesome. You said it was chilly in Florida today, so did you get some different colors for your chart? March Madness is my Super Bowl. Right. You can see my messy, what is that underneath there? Is that just my messy desk? Oh, Lord. I do not have, listen, I do not have a professional setup. Using my Lowry stand. Jason had to try to like rig my light up. It's not even that bright. My camera's over my shoulder. So what I see, I don't know. I mean, it looks far away. We'll get better at this because we really enjoy doing these. We really enjoy doing these. Yeah, pink eye. It's not fun. I don't like anything having to do with eyeballs. That was one thing working in the hospital. I didn't like anything with eyes. When I was in anatomy classes, I couldn't do any type of dissection on the cow eyes, you know, that they have you do. I just couldn't be in the room. Something about eyes, just it's very vulnerable to me, and I think they're gross. So oh, thanks, Catherine. What's best? Yeah, just send us an email if you know, we're supposed to get something. Send us an email. We can take a look at it. I know, Catherine. That's how I felt, even being in the room. They plopped it down on a tray, and I was like, nope, 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 nope. Anything else, no problem with. So right now I'm working on a kilt. If you can't tell, there's kind of like the plaid pattern. What questions do you guys have for us? If you're coming to the retreat, let us know if you are coming. If you're excited, let us know if you're not coming to the retreat, but you want to come next year if you can. Or what retreats are you going to this year? You're not coming to ours. Are there other ones that you're attending? Yeah, Diane, it's so funny because every nurse that I worked with at the hospital said the exact same thing. They're like, we can do the blood and the guts and the gore and, you know, all of the other bodily fluids, but when it came to suctioning, and yeah, they just couldn't do it. So that's why I didn't mind it. I really don't mind it, obviously, but what was in the, was it just like empty, were they just empty beakers, Sally, or did they actually have something in them? Yeah. Oh, the Chatelaine retreat. Where is that one? Oh, yay. We had a good time last year at our retreat, even though it was a wintry wonderland in Pittsburgh. Oh my goodness, it couldn't have been a worse weekend for travel, but we so appreciated everybody that made it or attempted to make it. I know we had some people that were trying to get there. They just couldn't get there. It was such a bummer. We ended up having a great time, but wish that everybody who was supposed to come would have been able to come to the retreat. Oh yeah. Oh, it's the Chatelaine ones in the UK. Okay. Yeah, definitely don't be nervous about going to a retreat. You'll make friends in about 3 minutes. Ow. Listen, some people, my mom comes, she doesn't even stitch. So she comes to hang out and go to the bar. Oh, thanks, Sally. That's so true. Yeah, we're so excited. Oh, Stitch North, yep. Jody and I are heading to, we've gone to Stitchcon the last 2 years, And this year, we've decided we were going to not go to Stitchcon so that other people could have an opportunity to go and so that we could experience another retreat. So we are going to our friend Colleen's retreat, Rebel Stitcher. She is hosting one at the end of October in Philadelphia. And we are very, very excited about that one. We'll be meeting some friends of ours in Philly a couple of days before the retreat. So we're going to make it a girls' trip, and it'll be a lot of fun. Really excited for that one. Oh, you guys still meet? That's amazing. Yeah, we didn't stitch at all last year at our retreat. I do have to say, though, last year at Stitchcon, I stitched a lot. I don't know if it was just because it was our second year and I probably wasn't as nervous. I was more comfortable with things and people that were there. You know, Stitchcon is very overwhelming. There's a lot of people there. And the first year, I felt like I didn't stitch. I mean, I didn't stitch at all, hardly that first year. It was just so much fun going out to dinner and lunch and breakfast and just hanging out and chatting and meeting people. And then this year, we knew a lot of the people that were there. So we just did a lot of stitching. We still ate a lot. Still drank a lot. But it was different. So, oh, cool. Yeah. We'll see you at the Sweater Weather retreat. All right. So, I don't know. Is anyone stitching this? Did anyone start this today? Today was the day. That's why I'm doing it today, that the first part came out. But if you're actually sitting and stitching this, let us know. I'm starting on this color now. And so again, just working on the kilt. And this is the needle minder too. I forgot to tell you that. If you watch our videos, obviously you've seen it. But the little London double-decker bus was the needle minder that you could add on to the kit. You know, Catherine, I think a lot of people are like that. And that's total. I mean, there's some people that all they do is just walk around and want to talk to people. So don't worry, you're going to meet a lot of folks. And I do have to say, as an introvert, as an extroverted introvert, it is a lot, but it's so much fun. You kind of forget about the anxiety. And the big thing is you can always go up to your room. You can recharge, take a nap before dinner or before, going out for drinks, or go to bed early. I mean, it's really fine. Nobody's going to think differently if you need to go and decompress. Yeah, we're from Pittsburgh. We are the Steel City Stitchers. We are 4 ladies from the Pittsburgh area, and we have been doing floss tube now since 2018. 2018, yeah, 2018. Can't believe it. I know, I'm praying for good travel weather too. Honestly, I think it'll be fine once we get to March. Like I was talking on the last video, one of the girls that we stitch with locally, she said she'll be there. Her name's Althea. She'll be at the retreat. But she said her dad always told her, living in Pittsburgh, you don't plan anything until after St. Patrick's Day. As soon as St. Patrick's Day is gone, the weather starts to break. And I do have to say that that's been the case for as long as I've lived in this area. Oh, driving up from Georgia. Yeah, we're in Georgia. We drove one time to Atlanta. Wasn't a bad drive. go through some really pretty areas of West Virginia. New River Gorge. It's just a really pretty drive. When we went to Pigeon Forge recently, that's the way that we went. It's so pretty. Wondering if, yeah, no wondering if you don't want to. That's right. Yep. 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 I did paint my nails yesterday for this occasion, so I hope you all feel special that I had to remove all of my gel nail polish, which is such a pain. I was like, I can't in good conscience go on this live with my nails looking all raggedy. I know y'all wouldn't judge me, but I would judge myself. Oh, cool. Yeah. Stay away from Atlanta, right? It's a pretty cool city. I have friends that live in Macon. They both work at Mercer. And, but they used to live closer to the city. It was fine. We used to go into the city to like go to dinner and stuff. Go see what was going on. Yeah. Judging yourself is the worst, but we all do it. Right? I was going to bring Oscar up here tonight, but I have so much equipment just precariously set up around me that I knew that if he and Luna came up here, they would start a wrestling match and Buddy would have to be under my feet and all of my stuff would get toppled in the middle of the live. So they're downstairs with Jason cleaning up the cat litter boxes. It's a good Thursday night task while I'm up here stitching and hanging out with you fine people. Aw, Pittsburgh last weekend. That's fun. That's how I stitch. You can't see my other hand. Yeah, I'm a double-handed stitcher. So my right hand always stays underneath my work, and then I use my left hand to drive the needle, and then I pull with my right, and then drive it up from underneath. So I never flip my hand around while I'm stitching. And I can usually stitch pretty fast, but like I said, I'm sitting kind of far away. It's hard for me to see. But yeah, usually I can stitch really, really fast using this method. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I did. I do start the loop in the top. And when I start a new thread, I'll show you. It's, you start it just like you do any other loop, but then you just pull that loop through to the back. Yeah, that's how I've always done it. I also use a pin stitch when I'm stitching with one thread to start and stop. So I typically never flip my work over when I'm working with one thread. It saves time, and I just think it looks neater on the back. Yeah, I do. Well, I do watch most of our TV shows with subtitles on. But yeah, that's how I don't know. I feel like I don't miss much. Or if I do, I'll be like, what just happened? What just happened? And Jason will let me know. Usually if it's like a new movie or like a new show where I really need to pay attention, it's hard for me to stitch at the same time. We watched, like binge watched all 5 seasons of Yellowstone. And I mean, record time, because it was just so good. It was so addicting. And that was one where I really tried not to stitch at the same time because I didn't want to miss anything. You flip your snap. Oh my gosh. I got to see this. That's crazy. Crazy to me. I'm sure. Hey, listen, you stitch beautifully, Catherine. So whatever you're doing works. That boggles my mind. That's great. I haven't watched the spin-offs. Are you talking about the one with Tim McGraw and Faith Hill? I heard it was okay. That's so funny, Lori. I get really, it's really hard for me to watch new shows or watch new movies. I don't know what it is. I think it is a symptom of having anxiety, but you want to watch comfort shows, so you watch shows that you've watched 5 billion times. Because you don't have to invest any thought into it. You can just enjoy it for what it is, and you kind of already know what's coming. Oh yeah, is it Harrison Ford? Yeah. Yeah, Yellowstone was so good. It's it's a little violent. I wouldn't watch it with your kids. There's some sexuality to it and sexual stuff and violence, language, whatever. So I don't know. I don't have kids, so I don't have to worry about that. The dogs don't really care. They hear my mouth enough. They're not really offended. Oh, The Last of Us. I've never even heard of that one. Oh, okay. So loop method on the front. So did my loop. Here's my loop. Do do do. Okay, go down. So loop is on the top. And then I'm just going to run my needle through it. And then I go back down through the original hole and pull it until it pulls the loop through. So now it's stuck on the back. So that's how I do it on the front. Again, just another reason to not have to flip my hoop over. Using my, oops, sorry, I hit the camera. Whoop, sorry if anyone gets car sick. I'm using my Lowry stand too tonight, so that also makes flipping a lot easier. I was going to use my tabletop stand, but it is way too flimsy when you have an 11 by 11 Q snap on it. It's like it's too heavy. Oh, post-apocalypse thing. Oh, I like that. Oh, see, method to my madness. I do try to, does everyone do this? But like sometimes I have hesitation when I stitch because I want to look at what I'm going to stitch ahead of me. So I like plan it out. And sometimes I am just, I can't do it because I'm so indecisive about like where to go or what to start. That it takes me a while to figure out like what's going to be the best plan of attack. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, the crown. It's one of my favorite shows. This last season, I was disappointed. I won't get into spoilers, but I mean, obviously, it's based on a real event, so you can probably guess what happens. But I don't know. I didn't like Charles in this last. I didn't like the actor that played Charles. I want my Charles to be more like tall and lanky and awkward. He just was not. The actor that played the younger, not the kid Charles, but the young adult Charles, he was magnificent. I mean, he looked just like Charles. But this actress that plays Diana, oh man, sometimes she looks more like Diana than Diana did. Yeah. I had a friend just finish reading the Harry book that just came out, and they said it was not great. She just told me about it and saved me from having to read it. So see, I will come back and I'll finish those two. Okay, and now again, I wouldn't do this if I was stitching with fancy floss, right? Like I would finish my X's before, like I would stitch them one at a time. But when you have DMC, I feel like I have a little bit more leeway about jumping around, especially when you're stitching like this type of plaid pattern. Like how do you want to best monopolize your thread? But if you have any other questions about the stitch, caterpillar, how to buy the pattern, we should probably talk about that. This is not, we receive our kits from Sally. We stitch for her, we post things, and we have a really great working relationship with Sally at Caterpillar. Oh, see, I already messed up because I was yakking. But we've been such huge fans of her even before that. So it was such a great opportunity when we could start collaborating with her to, work on these kits and showcase them on our channel. And we definitely don't do that with everybody. And, having a YouTube channel, you do get asked to do some things like that sometimes. You really have to be careful about who you work with. And she's always been a really, great friend to have and someone that we, like working with. So I definitely talk about how to go and stitch or buy this stuff and support her because I would do it myself if we didn't receive these kits, the kit from her. Anyway, but yeah. So you can go to caterpillarcrossstitch.com. You can still sign up for the kit. You don't have to start right away. You can even wait until the whole piece comes out, see what it looks like, and see if you want to stitch it before you buy it. And you can add that cute little needle minder on too. And she does a specialty needle minder for all of her sows. And they are super nice quality, nice metal ones, really good magnet. Never had an issue with any of my Caterpillar needle minders, the magnet falling off or anything like that. So her stuff is very high quality. And it gets to you surprisingly quick for coming the whole way from England. We can go to caterpillarcrossstitch.com. You can buy the kit. You'll get the pattern sent to you PDF as they release. And if not, she'll just send it to you once the whole pattern is done. If you want to wait until after it's all released. And any of the patterns that you've seen us stitch in the past, all of the seasonal trees, the Christmas pieces, the Halloween stuff that she does, made to create, everything is available. We stitch a lot, Erin and I mainly. Future release dates. That's a good question. Let me tell you. Okay. I will find those for you. Oh, this is cool. So she has, we were talking about like, what is the British Adventure, Isle Adventure Part 1, did you know? So I was wondering like what some of these things were. Blackpool Tower wobbles in the wind. Kilts, I can't read. Kilts were banned from 1746 to 1782. Did not know that. Clifford's Tower is all that is left of York Castle. Brits consume 382 million portions of fish and chips every year. Edinburgh Castle was once home to a beer-drinking elephant. Lobsters can taste with their legs, and the Angel of the North is the same height as a 5-story building. So those were featured in this release. So that's pretty cool. I didn't know really what any of those things were. So it's also a way for us to learn as we stitch. So let me get you those dates. I believe it's going to be, like you said, every month. But she would have sent this out, so. To me before, bear with me. Just finished the Quaker Hearts freebie by, oh, yes, I saw that one. That one's cool. Congrats, yeah. We love a good finish. Well, this just says every month starting on January 26th. So I apologize. I do not have the next release. I can guarantee, though, it is probably around this time every month. That's what I'll say about that. Yeah. All right, y'all. Well, thanks for joining me. This was a lot of fun. If you enjoyed this tonight, let us know and we'll do it again. So we'll figure something else out to stitch together and just come on here and talk and feature different Steel City Stitchers on each of the lives. So I'm going to go take some cold medicine and get ready to bed. Get ready for bed. Oh, let me see. Oh. Awesome. Thank you all for joining so much. You're very welcome. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you. And let us know if you have any questions. You can always comment on here and we'll get to your questions later. Or if you have any questions about the SAL in general, send us an email. Message me on Instagram. So have a great night. Take care, everybody. And we will talk to you all soon. Bye.